Well, let's be real for a second. Is there anything that fills us with quite as much universal dread as the thought of spending a perfectly good afternoon just standing in a seemingly endless line at the DMV? Well, what if I told you that you could completely bypass all that bureaucracy? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're putting together the ultimate guide to renewing your Nevada vehicle registration online. Whether you're a complete beginner or a brand new resident, this is your roadmap to getting your registration secured in literally 2 minutes, right from the comfort of your own couch.
Because, if you have ever been stung by a surprise late fee just because life got busy and you couldn't make it to an office, this explainer is exactly what you need. We're going to explore how the Nevada MyDMV portal, along with those handy DMV Now kiosks, can help us avoid the hassle altogether. By the time we wrap up today, you are going to know exactly how to navigate this whole system from start to finish.
So here is our game plan. We'll cover the basics of renewal, build out a quick pre-renewal checklist, walk step by step through the online process, figure out how to calculate those fees and payments, highlight some very common mistakes to avoid, and finally, go over exactly what happens after you hit submit.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, the basics of renewal. Who needs to do this and when? Okay, here is the absolute most critical thing you need to know right off the bat. There is 0 grace period in Nevada. None. Annual renewal is legally required, and if you miss that exact expiration date printed on your registration card or your renewal postcard, you are instantly hit with penalty fees. It's definitely not a suggestion, it is a hard deadline. And honestly, it gets worse. Driving around with expired tags can actually land you a fine of up to $1,000. So, mastering this fast online renewal process, it is absolutely crucial for protecting your wallet.
To help us beat that deadline, our main tool today is going to be the MyDMV portal. You can think of it like your own personal, highly secure digital DMV branch. It uses multi-factor authentication so your data stays locked down, while letting you handle all your vehicle tasks in one place. It completely eliminates the need to ever set foot in a physical DMV for your standard annual renewals.
Moving right along to Section 2, your pre-renewal checklist. Let's gather our tools. Before you even open up your laptop, we need to get a few things ready. First up, grab your renewal notice so you have that unique access code. Now, if you accidentally threw it away or the post office lost it, don't panic. You can actually just use your license plate number and the last 4 digits of your VIN. You're also going to need your current odometer reading, any tax exemption vouchers you might have, like if you're a veteran or a surviving spouse, and, critically, your Nevada evidence of insurance card. And I really want to stress this part. Out-of-state insurance is never, ever accepted in Nevada. You absolutely must have a Nevada policy.
Now, let's talk about the biggest hurdle that usually confuses new residents, the smog check. Nevada has a very targeted emission program. Basically, you have to get a smog check if you live in the more urban areas of Clark or Washoe counties and you drive a gasoline-powered car or a light diesel from 1968 or newer. But there are some pretty great exemptions. If you bought a brand new gas vehicle, you actually get a free pass until your 4th registration cycle. And if you bought a new hybrid, you are exempt for the first 5 model years.
But hey, if you do fall into the category that needs a smog check, the process is actually pretty slick. You don't have to mail in any dirty, oily paper certificates anymore. Smog certificates in Nevada are valid for 90 days, and the testing station electronically transmits your passing scores straight over to the DMV servers. It just happens automatically in the background, which makes logging in and renewing online completely seamless.
All right, Section 3, the step-by-step online process. Let's actually walk through this together. Here is the exact sequence of clicks you're going to make. Step 1, you just authenticate yourself on the MyDMV portal using either your access code or your VIN. Step 2 is honestly where the magic happens. You verify your insurance and address. The state uses this system called Nevada Live, and it automatically queries your insurance company's database in real time to make sure your liability policy is active. If it's active, boom, you instantly clear Step 2. Step 3, you type in your odometer reading. And finally, Step 4, you just pay your fees electronically. It's really that simple. Let's actually pause on Step 3 for just a second. You might be wondering, why do they care about my exact mileage? Well, it turns out this is part of a state legislative pilot program known as Assembly Bill 483, which is designed to track mileage across the state. So unless you are registering a trailer, a motorcycle, or a moped, you do have to enter this number accurately before the system will let you proceed.
Now, what if using a laptop just isn't an option for you today? There's actually a fantastic alternative. Have you ever seen those yellow DMV Now kiosks sitting inside grocery stores? They offer the exact same 2-minute process as the web portal.
You literally just walk up, scan the barcode right off your renewal postcard, pay with a card, or even cash at some specific locations, and the machine prints your brand new registration and your license plate decal right there on the spot. It is a total game changer.
Section 4. Calculating fees and payments. Let's talk about what this is actually going to cost.
Okay, so the main thing to understand here is that we aren't just paying one simple flat fee in Nevada. Yes, the base registration for a normal passenger vehicle is a flat $33, but the vast majority of your bill is going to come from the governmental services tax. The state calculates this based on 35% of your vehicle's original MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested retail price. The good news is it depreciates by 5% after the first year and then 10% annually after that until it hits a baseline. And finally, there's a supplemental tax, which is basically 1 penny for every dollar of that depreciated valuation. Knowing how this math works is super helpful so you aren't completely blindsided when you reach the checkout screen.
And speaking of the checkout screen, I have a quick financial tip to save you a few bucks. The online portal will happily accept all major credit and debit cards, sure, but they do tack on a processing fee. If you choose the e-check option instead and just punch in your bank routing and account numbers, you get hit with absolutely zero convenience fees. It's just a really easy way to keep a little extra money in your own pocket.
Let's look at Section 5, Common Mistakes to Avoid so you don't accidentally get locked out of the system.
There are a few specific things that will trigger an immediate error message and force you into a physical office. First up, you can't be too eager. The system won't let you renew until you are within 35 days of your expiration date. Second, if you've had a lapse in your insurance, your registration is automatically suspended and you have to clear that hold first. Third, if your car is registered under a trust, you can't process tax exemptions online for that. You have to go in person. But the most common trap of all, moving without updating your address properly.
I really want to emphasize this one because it catches so many people. If you moved and you just set up mail forwarding with the post office, that is legally insufficient for the DMV. USPS forwarding will not update your DMV address. If you hit Renew before manually changing your address inside the My DMV portal, your brand new decal is going to be mailed to your old house. You absolutely must update your address in the portal before you process the renewal.
And finally, Section 6. After you hit Submit. What exactly happens next?
So, you've paid your fees and hit Submit. The system will immediately generate a digital confirmation receipt. You want to print this out right away. As for your actual physical materials, the official certificate of registration and that shiny new license plate decal, those are going to be printed at the main DMV facility over in Carson City. That printing process takes about 2 business days. From there, you just sit tight. They should arrive in your mailbox via standard mail within 7 to 10 business days. But here is the big question. What happens if you get pulled over during that 10-day waiting period and your old sticker is technically expired? Well, remember that digital confirmation page we just printed? That is your legal safeguard. Keep it right there in your glove box. Under Nevada law, that piece of paper serves as valid temporary proof of your registration for law enforcement while your new decal is stuck in transit.
Now, just for a quick bit of housekeeping, please keep in mind that this explainer is strictly informational. Government policies, tax rates, and portal requirements absolutely can and do change over time. You should always verify the most current procedures, fees, and requirements directly on the official Nevada DMV website before you start your renewal. This explainer is a guide, but it doesn't replace professional advice straight from the DMV.
And just like that, we've reached the end of our digital journey. We've unpacked the strict deadlines, demystified the smog rules, walked through the exact click-by-click portal process, done the math on the fees, and made sure you stay completely legal while waiting for your tags. Which really just leaves us with one final, pretty simple question to think about. If you can secure your vehicle registration in exactly 2 minutes, sipping coffee from the comfort of your own couch, why on earth would you ever stand in a DMV line again? Armed with what we've covered today, you literally never have to. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, safe driving out there.